They're out here just cleaning all the tiles this morning before we go to our other job. Cleaning all the tiles, all the grout, and all the trees out the front here. Got like tenon stains all over the ground out here. So you should have chlorine coming out now. Yeah, half bucket. Yeah, just bomb the whole lot out. They'll be mostly clean by the time we get back up the top. The sun's only just starting to crack over the horizon there. Probably just wet the edge of these garden bed. A little bit of black around the top. Chlorine should take that off pretty easy. Yeah, so just gonna do all the tiles. Just started to rain again. And then just gonna drop chlorine on the whole lot. Let it soak in while it's dark. And then we'll start pressure washing. See, I suppose this is the difference between people. This morning of day 8, we're going out to paint all day, and then Tim had, he's got a job, like this is early, like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we got a house wash to do tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So, you know, this is prime commercial. You know, you're getting in here outside of business hours, outside of the public. Like, even if you wash this down on a weekend and you had the public walking through this thoroughfare, it's just more problems than it's worth than it is just to come in early in the morning, knock it out in 2 hours and then disappear. Like, the last thing you want to do is have somebody trip over your hose because they're walking around. They're not going to be out here walking around in the rain at this time in the morning. If they are, then they should be somewhere else probably. So he's just using my gear today because we're just driving one truck instead of hooking up his trailer and his pull behind and all that crap. So we're just jump on the truck, we'll use that and we'll go from there. Which we'll turn this job out in about an hour instead of 2. Just because of the power of an 8 gallon. And he's just chopping through the tiles. Mainly to clean the grout. Once this rain stops and we get a bit of light, then we'll drop chemical over the whole tiles again, and that should just bleach any food stains or any water stains that are left behind from coffee and all that type of stuff. So, and then you got these leopard trees. I was just looking at this little yin yang water fountain. I want to film that and clean that one. It hasn't looked like it hasn't been touched. So all those white stones will come up real nice. Because that was like bright white when it was first put in. Now it's just looking terrible and miserable. But yeah, these leopard trees, just tons of tannins coming off them. Especially those seed pods, those little seed pods, they breed a lot of tannins coming off of the flowers, the leaves. Real nice tree, but they're just a shitty tree because they drop all their leaves every year, all the flowers on them. We'll get it cleaned up and we'll go from there. Then we'll probably get on the paint today. So we're into day 2, spraying all across the front. What's the time? Like, it's only 9 o'clock. So 2 hours of work so far. We've got all this down to here. Half a drum left out of 3 drums. So we'll get around just around the quarter there, and we'll have to get another drum to finish off that last little bit. I don't know where I can get it over here, so we'll just leave it as is. Go from there. All right. So we're just finishing off the day here. Putting the beige down the bottom. Still got the white. Got to prime up all those rails. But we did first coat on these rails. Those ones there. Stew down along there. I ended up going down to the paint shop, and we got another drum of the grey. We finished the grey right around. So we can get on to finishing some blue tomorrow. So I did a couple of tests around here. So all this railing had first coat. So we got the blue there, so that's kind of what it's going to look like when it's finished. Blue handrail, post, blue up the middle, all the stairs. Well, I was going to put the blue down there, but it just looks out of place. So we'll keep it up on the post and the rails, and then the blue down there. And then that's the finish colour just there. So that's basically what it'll look like compared to that. So getting there, we're pushing along. I'm leaving all the windows and doors and the walls up there to last in case it rains and we need wet weather work. So try and do everything outside that could get wet or rain. Try and get all that done so we can keep moving regardless of what we're doing. So that's the difference between the two there. Looks much nicer. And then the blue kind of makes everything high compared to the green. So that's the end of day 8, and we're going to move on. Day 9, we're back here painting. Got a wash down job tomorrow. Just got to remember, I had 2 or 3 days off my push-ups, and then I did a whole bunch last night. I did a set of 13, 14, and then a set of 10, and then a set of 8. Within 10 minutes of each other. So I'm not as sore as when I first started, so I'm slowly seeing that increase. So I'll do a few more tonight and then go from there. I might show the app that I'm using tomorrow morning, and then you guys can see at how I'm tracking it and where it is and whatnot. So yeah, it's all part of the journey. So we're not including this into the total. This is outside the scope of works. So we got 30 days, which is 20 days because of the painting that we got blocked in for those 4 weeks. So we got 3 weeks left to go before I go. And we just push. We booked in another 3 jobs yesterday. They got approved. So we got them booked in. Quoted 2 yesterday, so we're still quoting a few jobs here and there. So catch ya tomorrow.